See you. Bye. Bye bye.
Dear guests, welcome to Makhachkala. Local time is 11:50.
Мы там машину поставили, жаловался.
برگشت جواب داد تنله سيسوف لخو السوق ايلينه خيرت يخو سدي سمو تيتو شيكو
لا حدقيقة تلوش مرزو يوش قصر نقحلو ديقا اي اما تيتو هزتانا اشليخو
دوغو بيسامو قاني قونا لايا دوش بيزم تابي برقي نور ووشش ساقاقوش على شويو دك تابي بيشم تداخا ويخرجينا قولنبو ديقا قيلينا يرسي قاچلا امبو سيتنا غويلانيح ودولي قدرينينا تعنا تابيشا
И почем?
За 700 рублей.
За то, что на зебре стоял?
Да. Не на зебре, за вступление. Ну, это зависка
يزار حيدك غورة أحيستا سيدوك حين استعدلتشا سونا كورلا ميحا.
Hello comrades, friends, boys, girls and everyone who is watching this vlog. I'm very sorry that I didn't have a proper introduction to tell you what is going to happen today, where I'm at, why I'm here and so on and so on. So let's cut to the point, because the reason why I did that is to try to show you how surprised I am, so you would be also surprised and kind of thinking what's happening, because I'm still kind of surprised myself what's happening at the moment. I am currently at, well, I'm not sure if I can show you somewhere a logo, at Fort Grozny. Grozny is the capital of Republic of Chechnya or Chechnya, depends, I'm not sure whether I'm saying it right in English, in Russian it's Chechnya. And this is a very new racetrack, as you can see, some race cars. This is a new racetrack which was, I believe, built last year, opened last year, and the reason why I'm here is because Vitaly Dudin, the guy who drove me, or should I say boosted Boris in the yellow 911 of Ring Garage, who is one of the stakeholders at Ring Garage, is actually the director of sports development of this racetrack. So when he was at Ring Garage, oh, I hope the wind isn't bothering the microphone. When he was at Ring Garage last weekend to test the 911, he invited me over here, and well, after receiving the invitation, I just couldn't say no to something like that. So, I grabbed a pair of tickets, went here, as you could have seen, Daniel dropped me off at Düsseldorf. I went to Moscow, had a night there, slept over in Moscow, and this morning actually I went to Grozny, to Makhachkala, which is the neighbor state Republic of Dagestan, and I traveled about 200 kilometers to Grozny to this racetrack. So one thing I want to tell immediately, there's a lot of myths about Chechnya or Republic of Chechnya, or I should really look it up before I should have made this video. Anyway, you get my point. There are a lot of myths about the unsafety, because about 10 years ago this was actually pretty much a war zone, maybe a bit more. Me being grown up in the 90s, I remember a lot of news stories on Russian television about the Chechen war and so on. This is something very bad. So the thing is, a lot of people still have the stereotype of Chechen Republic that it's very unsafe. Well, I'm here, I'm still alive, I've traveled 200 plus kilometers on the roads. we got pulled over twice, once on the border and once, as you could have seen, on a traffic light. And the reason was because the driver, trying to announce something. Okay, so we're done with their announcement. Where was it? Ah, yeah. We got pulled over once, but nothing bad happened, and it was the driver's fault because he pulled on the zebra, you know, the pedestrian crossover. So he got fined for it. Yeah, so the driver got fined for it 800 rubles, which is, according to today's currency exchange rate, is about 10 euros. And actually, if he pays before, like within 2 weeks, he gets a 50% discount, so it's only 5 euros. Yeah, I received like a fine last week in Holland, which was 133 euros for driving 10 kilometers too hard. So anyway, I'm here at Grozny. I had an extensive tour around the racetrack. I'm very, very impressed. I didn't make the video of it because when I arrived here after a long trip, like traveling 2 different countries, my phone battery was already dead. So I kind of had to leave it on charger. And now I'm done, but Vitaly is having a meeting with the board of directors and the race car teams and so on about the briefing, so he's over there now. We will definitely hear from him and, well, with him more tomorrow. One important thing currently, some sneak preview. What impressed me a lot about the racetrack of Grozny is that they have 7. I'm filming with one hand, that means I only have 5 fingers on, well, so 5 plus 2. Racetrack configurations on this complex. So that means circuit training, rallycross, drag racing, drifting, go-karting, trophy trucks, something else, and what does not include in the 7, they also have a paintball complex. That's crazy for something which is, yeah, stereotypical in the middle of nowhere. It's so awesome. And tomorrow they will have the RHHCC, which is the Russian Time Attack Championship, and the Rallycross. Well, no, actually autocross. Those are 2 different things. So I'm going to cover a bit more of that. Right now, I think we're going to go to Vitaly's home, where I'll be staying. So maybe do some sightseeing of Grozny, and to have some cars in today's vlog still. Let me just show you some cars that are going to participate in RHHCC of the championship, which is Russian Time Attack. Let's have a look, and definitely stay tuned because there's a lot of awesome things that I'm going to show you in the next couple of days. So I grabbed my gimbal. Maybe should have done it before I was shooting the intro, but I hope it's not as shaky. I want to show you some cars. Yeah, let's start with this one. This is the Polo that the Ford Grozny uses as a rental car for track days and whatsoever. Let's have a quick look inside. Oh, check красава. He says he made the tuning and everything. Cool guy. Yeah, basic steering, some safety measurements, carbon fiber, cage. So I'm gonna go probably for a lap or 2 around the track with this one tomorrow or in a couple of days. But let's have a look at the participators. Well, we got a Subaru, and as you can see, the Russian plate says 177. That means the car is from Moscow, actually. So it made about 2,000 kilometer trip, but there's more. And here, as you can see, completely other car in terms of, well, competitor of STI, the Evo, and most importantly, not only other car, but other country, from Belarus.
А подскажите, пожалуйста, какую дистанцию вы преодолели, чтобы сюда добраться?
С Воронежа 1400 км.
Another 2 highly modified Evos. They didn't have the license plate, but there is one thing I can show you. .ua. Ребят, вы же из Украины? Ukraine. So, 3rd country, which is in the middle of nowhere, in Grozny. Удачи вам. So you've seen it for yourself, guys from Moscow or other cities of Russia, Belarus and Ukraine, countries and cities of which are 2,000, maybe 3,000 or even more kilometers away from the racetrack of the Fort of Grozny. And this is something that makes me very happy, that this unites people, and people are willing to travel this far, and most importantly, I again want to emphasize, are not afraid because of some past that Chechnya, that Grozny have experienced. Currently, the sun is setting down. I can hear some prayers coming from the largest mosque of Europe, which is located in Grozny. Some guys are working on their cars, birds are singing. It's very peaceful and calm. So again, I know there are a lot of people, and in particular Russians, don't even want to talk about Europeans, who are afraid to come over here to do some racing. But look at all those guys. Well, you don't see them now, but you will see definitely a lot of them tomorrow, when the races, because there'll be the time attack and also the cross championship will be starting. You'll see a lot of those. So if you're doubting, do not. It's very safe. And to prove that, I'm gonna go with Vitaly tonight over the streets of Grozny, where you can see that at night, even at night, nothing will happen to us. So I'm gonna look for Vitaly, who is probably somewhere there upstairs in the building, and yeah, get some dinner, because I'm starting to get hungry. So. So the good news is I found Vitaly. The bad news is we're not that hungry yet to go get some food. So I had a marvelous idea to make ourselves hungry by doing some exercise, by doing some go-karts. How can I say no to that?
Сиденье не мочить.
Слышь, паренек, я тебе.
Во время заезда курить запрещено.
Ты зря, братан.
So the guys are ready to go to head out with the go-karting. There's one thing I want to show you, and it's this. Yeah, so they have helmets with GoPro fittings, but I don't have the right fitting for it, so it's my fault. Don't blame those guys. And one more important thing, if it looks stupid but it works, it's not stupid. So it's time to check out if it works. So those are Sodi go-karts, which means this particular model has around 13.5 horsepower, which is definitely enough. One important thing I want to tell you is that this kart track here in Grozny is open until 11 o'clock. Currently it's around 7, so which means that if you want to race in the dark, go for it. Oh, by the way, one thing. This here says you can rent the whole parking lot to do drifting. That's something, well, a lot of European guys and American guys are dreaming of. Definitely. 30 minutes for 500 rubles, which is 7 euros. It's nothing. It'll cost you more to burn your tires. The karting was awesome, the whole day was awesome. I'm very impressed with the whole facility of Fort Grozny, but now it's time to get dinner, and tomorrow I'm going definitely to show you more about this wonderful facility. And it's not something I'm not flattering, really. I'm impressed because me myself also had issues with stereotypes about this region, and they're all gone now, and really looking forward to see more of this. Made a small pit stop at a grocery store, and I just want to show you that even here they have everything that you can also find in a casual European store. They also have Black Monster Energy, and the reason why it's called Black Monster is because the original Monster, well, the Monster Energy was already trademarked in Russia, so the real Monster Energy had to go with Black Monster. Sounds like a bad porn movie, but since it's a Muslim country, one thing that they don't have is alcoholic drinks, all kind of drinks, but no alcohol. And another thing, all meat products, you have to have like the sign which has or no pig in it, pork. One thing, since we're talking about Muslim country, if you have another stereotype, have a look at how girls dress here. Definitely not stereotypical. Safety car, yo! Just parked our car before we go to the restaurant. There's one thing I want to show you is this very rare SL500 tuned by Koenig, very famous tuning company back in the 80s and 90s. I hope you can see how wide and big and just freaking awesome this thing is. Really nice spot.
Правильно сделать сыр немножко, поэтому...
We had our food, and if you think that I have nothing bad to say about this trip, you're absolutely wrong. The food was average, but the service was very bad. Definitely judging by the premium top location that we were at. The view was nice from the 32nd floor of the building, but then again, so is this view I have now from Vitali's apartment. Actually, over there, that's the house of the wife of Ramzan Kadyrov, who is the president of Chechen Republic. I will show it probably to you tomorrow morning one more time in the daylight, but for now I gotta go to sleep because in a couple of hours I have to get up again and, well, show you more about the racetrack of Fort Grozny. Well, yeah, Vitali, thanks a lot. This looks very cozy, romantic.